Welcome to Crushing It with PrecisionScreen, the podcast that breaks down the latest in screening, crushing, washing, and innovation in the quarry and mining industry. From expert insights to industry news, we bring you the conversations that matter. Join your hosts, Hayden and Jordan, as they dive into the trends, technology, and tough talk shaping the future of material processing. Whether you're on site, on the road, or in the office, get ready to crush it with PrecisionScreen.
Hey guys, welcome to Crushing It with PrecisionScreen. My name's Hayden, I'm the Sales and Marketing Coordinator here.
Hi, I'm Jordan, the Aftermarket Sales Representative. Today we're going to be discussing some topics and trends within the industry, and we're going to start with our pre-coder that we've just sold this year to Fulton Hogan. So I believe they have 3 of our units in WA.
I think this is the fourth
fourth in the industry. Now we have this year, I think, alone. How many units have we gotten out the door?
So we have left with 2. So Fulton Hogan was the first one. There was another one that went out to South Australia.
Yep.
And then we've got one actually going through, which is about to be dispatched. So it makes 3.
Beautiful. That's it's only February, so it's pretty impressive, to be honest. And now, with the pre-coder, there's not many, I don't think it's been well known in the industry how well they are for the asphalting teams. And there are a lot more asphalting teams that are coming into purchasing these pre-coders. And I think moving forward, they're going to get more well known and recognised, I think. What are your thoughts on it?
It's interesting because along the west side of the country, WA especially and South Australia, there's a lot more of the mobile pre-coating units going out that way. I think it's more so the fact that they are fully mobile. You need to load them up with a truck, take them whatever you need them, mix, do whatever you need to do on the side of the road, where a lot of our Scorpion pre-coater units are sold throughout Queensland, New South Wales. So it's really cool to see the fact that obviously Australia is a huge place and people don't consider how big it actually is, but to see the units going to different places and being used in different types of ways, that's pretty cool.
It really is. And I'm pretty proud to see them actually leave. Especially, I think we have a time lapse coming up as well. That's going to drop. Hope probably before this video actually is going to drop, but that's going to be really cool to see as well. I guess moving forward, we have you and I have a sales trip coming up to Canberra, fully booked out for some site visits, and we're also dropping off a gift pack to Norm Shepherd. He won our photo competition, so look for more competitions in the future.
Absolutely.
And I think that's going to be really good to get down there, connect with some customers, check out some of our machines that are currently down there, maybe get a testimonial here and there. And what are your thoughts about Canberra?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be great to see because I've been on a few trips now, but this is going to be your first official big boy PrecisionScreen trip.
Getting in a plane,
It'll be interesting to see how you go. Jordan here hasn't been here for too long. We're going on 7 months now.
7, something like that.
So it's been great. I think your journey here has been pretty great so far, and you're picking up things as you go. So
thank you.
The fact that we get to go do these trips now is pretty exciting, and
it's a very cool opportunity to get out and meet customers and actually travel. It's really a good benefit of this company. Amazing. I guess Jonny puts a lot of trust in us to carry the company with respect and pride, and I'm happy to do that. So
it's really good to meet customers as well. It's one thing to talk to them over the phone, but to see them face to face, see their machines running and their pride in their machines. It's not a cheap thing.
No,
these
correct.
Machines behind us are $1 million machines. And for someone to pull the trigger on that, it's pretty big, and they need the upkeep and everything. That's where you come in with spare parts. Yeah,
you're right. And I think the difference between just sitting in the office discussing the spare parts, you answer the phone calls, you hear maybe the issues they have with replacing a roller or a hydraulic motor, whatever it may be. But actually getting to site and seeing the machines worked and used, it does fill you with a bit of pride and a need to want to help them continue to keep using the machine. Like you just have that pride just rolls back to that pride, and it's really cool to see. So
one big thing that always sucks is we're only here 8 hours a day. So a few things we are implementing to help things make it easier for you guys and all of our customers is an AI chatbot. Now like I said, we can't be here 24/7, but the chatbot's going to be linked to our website. Should be launching around the same time as this podcast, if not just after. We're in the final stages now where we're building it up, making sure the information in there is correct, because the best part is we're actually feeding it our manuals. So all the information that you can ask the questions, or you need know specific parts or anything like that, and you can't call this guy, the chatbot's there to answer your questions. So if you have a midnight breakdown, some of you guys out there are 24 hours in operation, so for you to jump on the website, say, hey, this is the issue, or I need this part, can you help me out? Chatbot can scan the manuals, go through, find the issue, find the problem, and if it can't, it'll tell you, this is what I have, but please call a representative.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, the world is going that way, and I think companies need to evolve and actually take these types of advice or types of programs on board. They're going to come no matter what. Someone's going to invent them, someone's going to make them, and I think Jonny's definitely led the charge and actually wants to invest in the company, invest in this type of avenue to help support our customers better. And I think it's a really good step forward for the company and potentially for the industry. Like it's going to get there. Everyone's going to potentially catch up. I guess we're going to be the guinea pigs in a way of it, but it's going to help our customers, and that's the main goal, I guess, really. So, yeah. Now, I guess moving on, a bit of screening media update with especially our harps. We have put a couple more guys on for the screening out the back. We made the speed harps. Now, that's helped us reduce lead times quite a bit. We've gotten, before Christmas, I think we were quite a bit of speed harp orders. We were potentially falling a little bit towards the slower side, but getting the new people on board and started and trained up, we've pushed it. We're way ahead of schedule. Things are leaving within three days, like just to make a harp. Really impressive with the boys out the back, and I think
I can imagine that the customers also appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%. They're thankful for obviously the quote response, and then getting the lead times on the quote, saying 3 days, 2 days sometimes. They're really appreciative of it. It keeps their downtime to a minimum, and scheduled maintenance is a big thing that we're trying to work on as well. That helps customers out quite a bit. So yeah.
I hope you guys like that little update. It's really good to look back and reflect on how we've come so far this year. Coming up, we have an interview with Jonny McMurtry, our COO.
So we're going to be discussing a bit of how he started and what he feels like in the company so far and what he sees for PrecisionScreen in the future. Thanks.
Alrighty guys, here we are with Jonny. He is our COO of PrecisionScreen. And Jonny, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep, Jonny McMurtry, CEO of PrecisionScreen. Lucky enough to be part of this company for 20 years this year.
20 years, very long time. So.
It feels longer, but anyway. So.
Great. Start out, we're going to ask a couple of quick fire questions to get you comfortable with chatting and being on camera. Yep. So, start out, what's your favourite
food? Just meat, steak. Love a good steak.
Can't complain about that.
Oh shit, yeah, meat. Just any type of meat.
Very easy answer. Favourite place to travel?
Shit. Go with Japan. I went to Japan last year, and I am desperate to go back. So.
What do you like about Japan the most?
Just the culture took me by surprise. Like, loved going around all the shrines. Oh, sorry, even the difference between shrines and temples and whatever as well. Yeah. So interesting. Yeah, and just so much to see. Like, we only spent a week in Tokyo. It's all right. We only spent a week in Tokyo and probably just scratch the surface as well.
Yeah, okay. Is there a lot of like technology mixed in with like the ancient culture with the temples? Is it really separated?
Really separate.
Okay.
But when I say really separate, they're really respectful of shrines, temples, and whatever. But they are scattered across the city. But then, yeah, as I said, and then you'll just walk around the city, and it's just technology everywhere. It's insane. It's cool.
Sweet. And if you had to pick a favourite machine, PrecisionScreen or elsewise, which one would you pick?
Good question. I've got a couple of favourite machines, and I just like them because of the uniqueness of them. I like the mobile pre-coders. Love the Roadmaster. Again, it's just juxtaposition for the research crushers that we have out there as well. And look, do have a soft spot for our Contractor 604. It was the first PrecisionScreen machine I sold. And also just, it still blows me away how impactful it is. You know what I mean? So, yep.
Great answers. Alrighty, let's jump into some of the questions that we have for you. Obviously, you've been here 20 years. It's a pretty long time, so you've obviously seen a few things and changes throughout the years.
Thanks for saying constantly it's a very long time. Keep going that, yeah.
Very welcome, very welcome. So, start out, what was your entry into the company? How did you get here?
Cool. I joined PrecisionScreen through a graduate scheme based in Northern Ireland called the EDGE program. So I was actually the second graduate to join PrecisionScreen, following Aidan McGarity, who's still pretty well known within the industry. So Aidan came out late 2004. I came out early 2005. And was really fortunate to stay with the company ever since. So initially I came out as the Victorian representative, covered Victoria, South Australia and Tasmania. Retrospectively, it was a huge area and territory obviously to cover, and I was green as grass initially coming out as well, but look, had a good support network. Obviously Harold, Paul, came out initially, spent 3 weeks in the factory picking up the machines, and then just travelled down to Victoria where I buddied up with Don Payton, who still flies our flag a bit down there as well. So look, it was a good stomping ground. I guess probably one of the big things to take from it as well, that was placed through Sandvik. Well, what was FinTech, then Sandvik. They took on, there was just in my group, there was 4 graduates joined the scheme. So McGarity was the first, there was another 4 introduced the scheme then. I'm still the last, I'm the only one who's still working within the industry. And like, as we know, McGarity's only not long left as well. So we were the only ones to stick through the program after being placed by FinTech Sandvik. So I guess that just shows, just what PrecisionScreen is. As I say, it's full on, but it's a very supportive network, supportive management structure. Back then, in particular, and that's why I was able to sort of stick through. And as I initially started off as a Victorian area manager, to call it that. Requested permission, moved to Brisbane to what was then my then partner, now wife. So looked after spare parts initially after moving up, then rolled on to service manager, I guess capital sales manager for a bit as well, and a couple of years ago was took on the role of COO.
So when you first came out, what was it like? Like you just from Ireland and then you come to Australia. Were you scared? Were you nervous?
100%. I still to this day, funny story, I don't know how many people know this as well. So for this graduate placement scheme, they were like, oh look, is there certain industries or things like that you don't want to do? And I'm like, look, just keep me away from machines or mechanical industries as an example. I was like, look, I'm not mechanically minded by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, rolled up to the FinTech factory, even parked at the door, just going, am I in the right spot? You know what I mean? Questioned myself quite a few times. So flying to Australia was, it was a no-brainer for me. I knew I'd done a bit of backpacking, knew I wanted to come back to Australia. Was really fortunate to say caught up with Paul and Harold before I even flew out, a couple of weeks before I flew out. So got the chance to meet them. Again, I still laugh. Harold was pretty intense in our first meeting and whatever, but again, that was just the true representation of what he was. He's passionate about the machines, passionate about the industry. So I remember him grilling me in the, I think it was the airport hotel at Belfast International Airport as well. But look, I was absolutely nervous. It was an industry I did not know about. As I say, a lot of people around County Tyrone, the sort of middle, the heart of Northern Ireland, to call it that. It was a very well known industry. I was from outside that. I was towards sort of Belfast, Bangor. We just had not seen, or I had not seen a lot of these machines by any stretch of the imagination. So I was pretty new, pretty green to it. A lot of nerves coming out, but again, it was just it was just, as I say, Paul and Harold were supportive back then. Again, it was about effort and getting to see customers, getting to know the machines. Again, ask questions, don't be afraid to ask questions, understand the industry. And again, the industry's fairly supportive, still is to this day as well. If you are willing to ask questions, willing to learn, the industry and the people within it will respond. I guess and the flip side of that is if you try and portray that you know everything within the industry, you'll get your trousers pulled down by many. And there's still things that I hear of today. I'll still phone Harold for ideas about certain things today because there's just so much of the industry that I haven't seen or are unaware of. And again, that's, I guess, having that good network structure, which it did from the start, certainly helped, allowed me to grow in understanding for the industry as well.
So obviously, coming into this industry and being brand new to it, besides having a supportive company to work for, what made you stay?
That's hard to say. Well, in the past few years, being married with kids and whatever. And again, Australia's just a great country as well. It's a great country to live in, and even this industry in this country's at times, as I say, it's full on, it's intense, but it's pretty exciting to be part of. Like mining, the quarry industry within Australia is just it's world renowned. As I say, that's that's probably what kept me here. As I say, it's a career. It's something. It really is. Look, fortunate to work for a company where I could grow into it as well. But even if I just wanted to stay within the industry, there's many large mining quarry companies across Australia where I could develop. And again, just the diversity of even our industry as well. Like you say, quarrying, mining practices in Victoria, South Australia are vastly different to Northern Queensland as well. So probably the diverse nature of the business, the industry as well, certainly kept it interesting. But there's boom time, and I guess we've seen the boom and bust as well. So that keeps you on your toes. But again, just that diversity and a support network of both the company and the industry as a whole is probably what kept me here, for sure.
Cool. Touching a little bit there on the industry and stuff like that, what do you think is like the general feel for the industry this year? And how's 2025 been for PrecisionScreen?
2025, look, again, 25 as a start. We were really fortunate. We closed off 2024 with a lot of orders, a lot of hard work from our sales team and the company as a whole. Like to say, we've got plenty to build entering into 2025. It's been a slower start, notoriously is in the industry. January is a quiet month, and it really starts to waken up from February onwards, which we are seeing over the past couple of weeks. Lots of quotes going out there, lots of interest. What do I see for PrecisionScreen and the industry, I guess, as a whole? Look, probably the one big thing I've seen a spike in interest in sand washing. That might be down to, and again, because we only deal with above ground mining or quarries, to call it that, probably is a shortage of the likes of wash sand, nationwide. So we're trying to find differences in applications or how to make different resources work. As I said, we were pretty excited by the manufactured sand that Boral's doing down in Victoria. Even seen ideas for that Boral's developing a project where they're using recycled solar panels and they're trying to turn that into a sand project. That's cool. I've reached out to Boral to say, look, we're interested, want to be part of that if we can. I know it's only at research stages. Lots of different applications for wash sand going on across Australia as well. So look, and we're well placed for that, offering different modular solutions as it may be. Look, the industry as a whole as well, they're looking for options for small, medium, large mobile crushing and screening solutions, and I guess that's where we can offer those diverse options. All from the likes of a contractor, the 604, like we talk about at the start, all the way through to we do offer 21x5 inclines if we have to. So I guess just the ability to offer those, the varying solutions that customers might look for. So look, there's a lot to be optimistic about within the industry and within just even in the company as well. I think it's time, as I say, some elections have come and gone, so we're hoping to see both federal and state projects being opened up. So look, yeah, I think there's reason to be excited about within the industry at this stage for sure. Yep.
Alrighty, we had a couple of technical difficulties there, but let's continue. So, obviously 2025 is looking pretty good for the PrecisionScreen so far. What are a few things that you're more excited for, that's maybe like specifically regions besides the big projects that could possibly happen?
Yep.
Is there anything on paper? I know that we have the Nordman that's just got delivered.
Yep. So yeah, introducing new Nordman machine. So we just the new jaw crusher landed in there just this week. Really sort of interesting, exciting innovation around the diesel electric drive that's on board as well. So as I say, we have a jaw crusher which potentially can crush as low as 10 litres an hour. Really bringing that price per tonne down massively. Again, crawling around it, climbing around it yesterday. It's really sort of set up for concrete crushing, recycling. So again, which I think will be a big theme for this year as well. So excited to introduce the Nordman machines to the market. Other projects going on, as I say, look, yeah, that's where it's good to have obviously our pug mills. We've got a few pug mills scattered across the country, a lot of PFAS jobs, CTB jobs. I can see a lot of, again, some interest around rehabilitation work. A lot of flood damages, sadly, across the country. So, yeah, we're taking financial benefit from that. A lot of inquiries for hire, for trying to update the roads, update pavements and whatever as well. So a lot of that work coming through, and again, we know, I guess it's exciting for us because we know how reliable, how accurate our pug mill can perform in that CTB manufacturing environment as well. So yeah, lots to be positive. I guess it's just managing the many pots that are on the boil, but again, within the industry, even nationwide, as I say, there's plenty to be excited about for sure. Yeah.
The Nordman is the first imported machine that we've had in a little while.
Yes.
Is there a reason or specific drive to be Australian made? A lot of our machines adorn the Australian made logo.
Yep.
Why is that so important to us?
It's been a big thing. So, as I say, PrecisionScreen was created 39 years ago by Harold. As I say, Harold used to work for competing brands, to call it that. He initially came out with Finlay Hydroscreen, then went and worked for PowerScreen Australia as well. And seen a bit of a gap within the market for essentially machines manufactured in Australia to Australian standards or Australian expectations as well. And I guess that's just kind of grown as well. And that's where offering, I guess it's twofold. Look, PrecisionScreen, we specialise in offering just the gaps within the market. As I say, that's where we specialise in smaller screening plants, to call it that. Our contractor 604 8x4s, our Scorpion pug mills as well. Something that there is a few more coming to the market, but again, we've got a fair few years under our belt of development of that, and can offer different styles, different types of pug mills based on the requirements. Again, sand washing equipment, we're seeing a lot more imported sand washing equipment, but it's a much heavier investment, coming in from overseas as well, whereas we can pick and choose and add on to different applications or modify based on the customer's needs. That's where it can be sand screws onto bucket wheel waters or drying screens as well. So customers can pick and choose as needed as well. And then right through to obviously the likes of pre-coating applications or similar applications where a lot of the imported equipment has overlooked or doesn't excel. I guess that's where we specialise as well. And again, that's where we're attuned and aware to, there's small modifications that we offer and add to our machines. Like, our machines really are built to last. Like, we fly around the country and it still, surprises, many blokes that we'll see 20, 25-year-old machines manufactured by PrecisionScreen still working strong as well. Again, we offer options for air-cooled, water-cooled engines based on the type of environments that they work in. A big thing that Harold's always focused on is the likes of making sure that they're built to last. So ideas such as triple seal bearings, dust proofing engine covers, canopies and whatever as well. The harshness of the Australian environment, that dust, that heat can really impact and affect some of the imported equipment that again is sometimes looked over. And again, that's because it's manufactured in-house. If we know a machine's heading to a particular environment, again, we might tinker or tailor it differently if it's going to Victoria as opposed to Northern Queensland as an example. Yeah. So yeah, again, we can manufacture to spec or manufacture to customer request essentially. So.
Yeah, I'm sure the customers also appreciate that a lot, being the diversity and stuff like that, and being able to create the perfect machine.
So.
That's the goal anyway.
Yep.
All right, transitioning back into you a little bit.
Yep.
What are some of the difficulties that you've faced in your career so far? Any grueling challenges or anything like that?
I guess this industry, this industry does have high expectations.
Yeah.
It is intense. It is full on. Like particularly back in, I cast my mind back to say, not long after I moved up, the spare parts, just the industry itself was booming. I think I want to say 2007 through to maybe 2010 or something like that. Like it was a booming industry. It was a lot of machines, a lot of high expectations, a lot of contracts and whatever as well. So the demands, were pretty high. It wasn't uncommon for, a lot of blokes, including the workshop, to work 10, 12-hour days, lots of after-hour work and whatever. So it's full on, it's intense, you know what I mean? And again, for us as well in particular, just the type of customer we deal with, a lot of our customers are owner operators. So again, if they do have machine down, it's, this is a lot of the times, well, going back, although housing prices has gone up, but we used to talk internally and say, look, this is probably the biggest investment they'll make for some machines. It'll be the biggest personal investment they'll make outside their house. So as I say, if a wall fell down in their house, they're going to get pretty excited about it. So we had to treat it as such. So I guess just as a company, it was being aware of that, being really insightful and customer focused in our efforts and our attitudes as well. So we just wanted to make sure that, as I say, we're treating their concerns with high priority. So more recently, I guess, and this is just a general, again, this isn't just necessarily industry specific, but we've seen in a post-COVID era, a lot of trades, a lot of young people entering trades as well. It's been particularly difficult to find competent tradesmen within our industry as well. We're looking at diverse means or different areas to try and find new team members to join the company as well. So that's been pretty difficult. Taking a very nuanced approach by the likes of Emily to try and find or recruit new employees who, again, both match the skills that we have, but also the temperament and attitudes that we need for the company as well. So again, we are a small company. As I said, there's only 30 employees, maybe 32 at the moment. So it takes a collaborative effort right across the company. From front office through to after sales, through to the workshop, all the way through. We need to be on the same song sheet, because again, if one or two people are off, that can be 4 or 5% of your workforce that just is beaten to a different beat. So it's being aware of that's been pretty hard over the past couple of years in particular. But look, we're really happy and really fortunate. We have a good blend or a good team at the moment. We're super fortunate as well to have, of those 30 employees, I think it's as high as 10 PrecisionScreen employees or team members have been with us for 10 or more years. So there's a lot of inherent knowledge, even just care within the industry from those people as well. We're aware and we know what we're trying to achieve. The mission statements. We don't talk about it on a daily basis, but it's pretty clear of what we're trying to achieve. So even when we do introduce new people to the company, they're fairly aware of what's important to us, what we stand for, and what what the customers expect from us as well. So
obviously, going from spare parts into capital sales into COO position now, you've seen a lot of changes. One of those being is we were a big dealer for a lot of imported machines. What was the transition like going from being a major importer to more so focusing on our machine?
Tough. It was that shift in mindset. Look, there was we were fortunate for a number of years to be the Australian Sandvik dealer. As I say, that was during a real boom time as well. Yeah, a lot of machines. We had a lot of stock. A lot of impact in the industry as well, and again, we made a lot of money as a result of that. But again, it took a lot of effort to do so as well. Our business grew massively as a result of being the Sandvik agent, and even then we took on the T-Sab agency for a while as well. But I guess it's just it was almost splitting that focus as well. It was difficult. We want to rely on the machines we offer. Again, there's a real focus internally of offering quality machines, and again, adjusting, reviewing, reflecting, adjusting on the run as well. Whereas I guess the imported machines, while an excellent machine, excellent brand and whatever, I guess they were more manufactured for cost effectiveness, efficiencies as well. So again, like we said, we did some modifications when machines landed in Australia, but just some modifications just weren't cost effective for us as well. So yeah, I guess it was a big mind shift. Going from the Sandvik agent even into the T-Sab agent as an example, just that shift. So we were fortunate, with the support of the directors, Bernie and Harold and whatever, we were allowed to almost take a breath. We relinquished, all dealerships, the Sandvik initially, and then onto the T-Sab dealership as well, to allow us a bit of time, space to really focus on our own machines as well. So which was massively beneficial. Again, we were able to internally focus on making sure anything that goes out the gate, blue and yellow, whether that be machines that we build, services, parts that we offer as well, is of the highest possible quality, and that's allowed us. Again, we are starting to reintroduce machines, and say we look over the Norman machine, just had a look over it yesterday and today with a couple of our fitters, and just making sure it is up to our standards, is up to our quality, and offering feedback to the fellas in Ireland to say, hey, we might need to adjust X, Y, Z as well, because if it's coming in under our logo, we're recognised as the OEM. We want to make sure it meets the PrecisionScreen expectations as well, even if it isn't manufactured in Australia. So we're proud, and that's, I guess it was, going from a dealer, as I say, just that mindset shift was the big thing. As I say, it's offering real quality as opposed to just focusing on just having accessible parts or accessible machines when a customer's contract needed it, if that makes sense. So
Righty, well, thank you very much for joining us for the first episode. How did you like that?
Yeah, it was good. It's good to actually look back and remind myself where I've been at PrecisionScreen, the journey I've been on with the company, and it's pretty exciting to see where we're going in the future. So
it gives us actually a good insight. We actually haven't had a deep conversation like that with you, and so it gives a good insight to your journey and how you've come so far. So yeah, that was good.
Well, thank you very much for coming on, and we'll see you guys next time.